Forgotten by Design, Part 13. Foundations of Exchange. In the luminous council chamber, buzzing with a myriad of alien dialects, there was a distinct air of anticipation. The room, designed with intricate architectural marvels, resonated with harmony and unity, a reflection of the council's objective of fostering intergalactic cooperation. The Galactic Council's spokesperson, a tall, dignified being named Saran, with iridescent scales, rose to address the gathering. We have been presented with a unique opportunity to embark on a joint venture of immeasurable value. The human delegation from Earth has shown not just the richness of their past, but the potential of their future. Beside Admiral Lansing stood Earth's primary diplomat, Ambassador Thylia, who nodded in agreement, her expression confident and hopeful. She had been instrumental in designing the proposed cultural and technology exchange program. She addressed the council, her voice steady and eloquent. The essence of progress lies in shared knowledge and mutual growth. We are eager to learn from the vast expanse of the Galactic Federation's millennia-old history, just as we are keen to showcase what Earth has achieved in its comparatively short existence. The detailed framework of the program was projected onto a holographic screen for everyone to view. It outlined joint ventures in various fields: medicine, engineering, arts, and more. There was a particular emphasis on ensuring that the exchange was bidirectional, promoting shared learning and mutual respect. Several council members voiced their support, with a few raising constructive queries. It was evident that while they were curious and enthusiastic about this collaboration, they also wanted to ensure its smooth and efficient implementation. Admiral Lansing, sensing the pivotal nature of this moment, decided to personally communicate with Earth about the developments. Using the Federation's advanced communication system, he sent a detailed report back home. The message began, "To the leaders and people of Earth, I am elated to convey the promising progress we've made." He wrote about the positive reception of their historical presentation, the establishment of the exchange program, and the potential benefits this could bring to humanity. Lansing expressed his hope that Earth would see a rapid and transformative inflow of knowledge and technology, potentially catapulting human civilization to new heights. On Earth, the reception of this message was nothing short of ecstatic. The head of the extraterrestrial exchange program, Dr. Eleanor Cassidy, after reading Lansing's update, immediately convened a meeting with global leaders and experts. There was unanimous agreement. They needed to prepare, and they needed to do so fast. Labs, cultural centers, and universities were informed, workshops were devised, and an entire infrastructure was set in motion to ensure Earth was ready for this unprecedented exchange. Back at the Federation's capital, as Lansing and Thylia walked through the vast corridors reflecting on the day's events, the Admiral sighed in contentment. "We're making history, Thylia," he remarked. Thylia nodded, her gaze fixed on the horizon where stars shimmered with endless possibilities. "Indeed, Admiral, and this is just the beginning." Planning. In the sweeping azure chambers of the Federation's main educational complex, the human ambassadors gathered, their faces a mix of anticipation and wonder. This was the first of many sessions they would attend to understand the nuances of the upcoming exchange program. Jen, a brilliant Federation scientist with a sleek silver form and multiple articulate appendages, initiated the orientation. "Welcome, esteemed representatives of Earth," his voice boomed in a serene yet authoritative tone. "Today marks the beginning of our journey towards mutual enlightenment." The first session revolved around technology. Holographic displays showcased marvels the Federation had achieved: anti-gravitational systems, quantum computing networks, and bioregenerative medical devices that could heal without a trace. While all the ambassadors marveled at these achievements, some with backgrounds in technology and science seemed particularly engrossed. Ambassador Mia Nguyen, with a background in aerospace engineering, raised a query. "The anti-gravitational systems you showcased, could they be adapted to Earth's specific gravitational pull and atmospheric conditions?" Jen tilted his head thoughtfully. "It's a valid consideration. Through our exchange, we aim to modify and adapt our technologies to suit Earth's environment. Collaboration will be key." Subsequent sessions revolved around arts, culture, and philosophy. Earth's ambassadors were introduced to alien art forms, some of which challenged the very perception of senses. There were symphonies of color that resonated as sound, abstract art that invoked emotions through telepathy, and philosophical teachings that transcended the limits of time and matter. As engrossing as the sessions were, what truly captivated the Earth representatives was the mutual interest and respect shown by the Federation races. Many were genuinely intrigued by Earth's history, its challenges, its successes, and the resilience of humanity. One of the notable expressions of this curiosity came during a session on biological advancements. As Earth's data on recent breakthroughs in human DNA manipulation was presented, a sudden buzz filled the room. Many Federation members leaned forward, their varied eyes, sensors, or perception organs fixated on the presented data. It was Varric, a representative from a race known for its biotechnological prowess, who voiced the sentiment echoing in the chamber. Humanity's strides in genetic advancement are commendable. The potential applications, especially in healing and adaptability, could benefit not just Earth but many Federation races. We are eager to delve deeper into this. Days filled with fervent discussions and brainstorming sessions soon followed. Ideas flowed, partnerships formed, and it was clear that the upcoming exchange program would not be a mere formality. It promised transformative growth for all involved. As the orientation neared its conclusion, Ambassador Thylia took a moment to address the gathering. "We stand at the precipice of a new era," she began, her voice filled with emotion. "An era where Earth not only learns but contributes. We're grateful for this opportunity and excited for what the future holds." As the human delegation left the complex, they carried with them not just newfound knowledge, but also a profound sense of belonging to a larger, more intricate tapestry of life in the galaxy. Lingering shadows. The vastness of the Galactic Federation capital's marketplace was like none other Admiral Lansing had seen. Stalls floated, sellers communicated in countless languages, and products from across galaxies glowed, hummed, or even danced. Yet amidst this mesmerizing cacophony, Lansing was on a singular mission, to find a semblance of clarity about the fleeting image he'd seen days ago. As he wandered through the marketplace's maze, Lansing looked for anything familiar, a hairstyle, an outfit, or even the way someone moved. But the child's face had been but a brief flash in his memory. He began approaching vendors, showing them a sketch he had drawn of a human child hoping against hope for some form of recognition. A vendor selling radiant fabrics from the Orion arm stared at the sketch, her eyes, a kaleidoscope of colors, narrowing in concentration. "No," she finally uttered, her voice a melodic chime. "I haven't seen this being." He received similar responses everywhere he went. An entity with flowing liquid form said he had never seen a human child, while a vendor with feather-like tendrils gently shook its head, its voice echoing like distant thunder. "Such a creature has never passed my stall." The suns began to set, casting long shadows over the marketplace, and Lansing's hope started to dwindle. Maybe he had imagined it. After all, the Federation's vastness was dizzying. It was possible that amidst the sensory overload, his mind had played a trick on him. A longing for home, perhaps, manifesting as a vision of humanity amidst the alien. With a heavy sigh, Lansing decided it was time to head back. He had a duty, and these distractions, no matter how personal, could not interfere with Earth's representation in the Federation. As he left, lost in thought, he remained unaware of the figure that watched from an alley's shadow. Cloaked in darkness, only the being's eyes were visible, reflecting the ambient light of the setting suns. The entity observed Lansing until he was out of sight, its intentions and identity shrouded in enigma. Back at the Federation Council quarters, Lansing tried to shake off the nagging feeling, but the weight of the unanswered question, the shadow of that fleeting glimpse, would linger in the back of his mind, beckoning him to uncover the truth behind the enigma. Forgotten by Design, Part 14. An Unexpected Visitor. The council quarters provided to Admiral Lansing were nothing short of luxurious. Decorated with sophisticated art from different parts of the galaxy and furnished with intricately designed pieces, it was a space fit for a dignitary. However, the fineries did little to put Lansing at ease. As he sat on the plush seat by the window, he gazed out into the alien skyline, a dance of colors and movements, light years away from home. The glow from foreign stars and the gentle hum of the floating city outside should have been soothing, but Lansing's thoughts were plagued by the fleeting image of the child in the market, an apparition that didn't fit into the vast cosmic puzzle he was piecing together. His fingers drummed on the armrest, tapping out the rhythm of his racing heartbeat. The echo of a soft knock broke his train of thought. It was an odd hour for visitors, and he wasn't expecting anyone. A little alert, he approached the door and, using the visual panel, saw the silhouette of a figure he recognized. It was Counselor Zerine, one of the most esteemed members of the Galactic Federation Council. His tall, slender form and elongated features denoted grace and wisdom. With a hint of surprise, Lansing activated the door mechanism. "Counselor Zerine," he greeted, his voice measured. "I wasn't expecting you. To what do I owe this late visit?" Zerine's usual stoic face held a gravitas that seemed even more profound tonight. "Admiral Lansing," he began, his voice gentle yet holding a gravity that underscored the urgency of his visit. "I apologize for the unexpected intrusion, but there is a matter of great sensitivity that I need to discuss with you. May I?" Understanding the seriousness of the situation, Lansing immediately gestured for him to come in, his military instincts sensing the weight of the upcoming conversation. "Of course, please," he replied, guiding the counselor to a sitting area. As Zerine took a seat, the ambient lights in the room dimmed slightly, adapting to the preferences of its current occupants. The atmosphere grew even more intimate, with only the distant lights of the floating city providing a soft glow. Zerine took a moment, collecting his thoughts. "I understand that your time here at the Federation has been overwhelming, to say the least," he started, "and while the journey so far has been primarily diplomatic and celebratory, not everything we encounter in this vast universe is simple or pleasant." Lansing nodded slowly, feeling a growing tension. "I'm listening, Counselor." The alien's eyes, deep pools of shimmering blue, locked onto Lansing's. "It's come to my attention, Admiral, that during your tour with Talon you may have seen something unexpected, something that has left you with more questions than answers." For a brief moment, Lansing's stoicism wavered, replaced by genuine surprise. The marketplace, the child, how did the counselor know? With a deep breath, he replied, "Yes, it's true. I thought I glimpsed a human child. I can't explain it, but it's been gnawing at me." Zerine nodded solemnly. "It's essential that you know the truths of our history, especially as your world prepares to join us. It won't be easy, but it is necessary." Lansing straightened, his senses sharp. "I'm ready to hear it, Counselor." Zerine leaned back, his gaze drifting momentarily to the night sky outside before refocusing on Lansing. "Very well, let's begin." And so, amidst the backdrop of an alien night, secrets from the annals of cosmic history prepared to unfold. Secrets of the Past. Counselor Zerine, looking even more majestic in the dim light of the chamber, took a deep, deliberate breath. "Admiral Lansing," he began, "our Federation has stood for eons, upholding peace, cooperation, and the advancement of knowledge. But like any vast entity, we have had elements that didn't align with our ideals." Lansing's brow furrowed, sensing the gravity of the revelation that was about to unfold. He sat still, eyes locked onto the counselor, waiting for him to continue. Zerine paused, choosing his words carefully. "Many millennia ago, rogue elements within our Federation made covert visits to your planet, Earth. Their motives were far from the values we hold dear. They saw potential in humanity's adaptability, resilience, and, of course, the very DNA that makes you unique." Lansing leaned forward, his curiosity mixed with a growing unease. What did they want with humans? The counselor's expression grew more somber. "These rogue factions saw your ancestors as assets, tools to be used for their gain. They abducted humans, taking them away from their homes, their families, their world." A cold shiver ran down Lansing's spine as the weight of Zerine's words began to settle. "You're telling me they were taken as slaves?" Zerine nodded gravely. "And more. Some were used for labor, others as subjects of research. It's a dark chapter in our history, one that we have worked hard to rectify." Lansing's voice, usually so strong and authoritative, shook with disbelief and anger. "How could this have gone unnoticed by the Federation?" The counselor sighed. "The universe is vast, Admiral, and while the Federation strives for oversight, these factions operated in the shadows. But once their actions came to light, we acted swiftly and decisively." Lansing leaned back, trying to process the enormity of what he was hearing. "So what happened to these humans?" Zerine's tone turned softer, carrying a hint of empathy. "We intervened, putting an end to the abductions and the illicit operations. Those humans who were taken couldn't be returned to Earth due to the vast knowledge and experiences they had acquired, which could have unforeseen consequences for their home world. But we ensured they were no longer treated as commodities. We provided them with sanctuary, protection, and the rights that every sentient being in the Federation is entitled to." Lansing's eyes widened. "Are they still here?" "Yes," Zerine nodded. "These individuals over time integrated into our society. We gave them a new designation, Orions, referring to Earth's position in the Orion arm of the Milky Way. They've built lives, families, and identities here. Some have even joined our space navy, contributing to our collective goals." There was a long pause as Lansing absorbed this information. The thought of humans, his ancestors potentially, living among the stars for millennia was both awe-inspiring and heartbreaking. Breaking the silence, Lansing spoke. "I'd like to meet them if possible, to understand their perspective, their experiences." Zerine nodded understandingly. "It can be arranged. But, Admiral, it's essential you approach this with an open mind. Their experiences, while rooted in Earth's history, have evolved over millennia. Their narratives will be diverse and may not align with what we know or expect." Lansing nodded, determination burning in his eyes. "I understand, Counselor. This is a part of our shared history, no matter how painful. It's vital that we understand, learn, and move forward." Zerine, impressed by Lansing's resolve, responded, "Indeed, Admiral, we'll ensure you have this opportunity." As the weight of the revelation settled, both men knew that this was just the beginning of a profound journey of discovery and reconciliation. Facing the truth. Admiral Lansing sat in the quiet of his quarters, the hum of the space station barely audible. The room, which had earlier provided a comforting respite from the intricacies of interstellar diplomacy, now felt like a pressure chamber. The revelations from Counselor Zerine played in a loop in his mind, making it difficult to focus on anything else. He rose from his seat, pacing restlessly. The thought of humans, separated from their home, their lineage lost and reframed as Orions, was a harrowing realization. That such abductions had taken place, that a part of humanity's story was intricately woven with the stars. This was a truth Lansing had never fathomed. His fingers brushed against the proclamation Zerine had handed him. It was a meticulously crafted document, written in the universal language of the Federation, but with key details translated into human dialects for his understanding. As Lansing skimmed through the proclamation, he noted the unmistakable tone of remorse and responsibility. The Federation had genuinely tried to right a grievous wrong, granting the displaced humans rights, protection, and an identity. The proclamation detailed the locations and societies where the Orions had settled, the roles they'd taken on, and the efforts made to ensure their well-being. Many had chosen to reside in urban centers of various planets, forming tight-knit communities. A few had ascended to significant positions within the Federation, while others led simple lives, having found solace in the vast expanses of the cosmos. Lansing's heart ached as he imagined their stories, their memories of Earth, however distant, mingling with experiences in the Federation. Their culture would be a tapestry of Earth's history and their adopted home's traditions. He yearned to hear their tales, to understand their journey, and most importantly, to reconnect with this lost fragment of humanity. His train of thought was interrupted by a soft chime on his communication device. An encrypted message from the council member awaited him. "Meeting arranged with representatives of the Orion's community tomorrow at the Galactic Nexus Hall." Lansing felt a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. How would the Orions perceive him? Would they view him as one of them or as a stranger from a past they'd long since moved on from? He attempted to sleep, seeking a brief escape from the whirlwind of emotions. But sleep remained elusive. His mind was filled with questions, images of faces he hadn't yet met but felt inexplicably connected to. Would they resemble Earth humans? Or had millennia in different environments molded them differently? Did they carry tales of Earth, passed down through generations? Or had the memories faded, replaced by new histories, new cultures, and new experiences? As the night deepened and the first hues of the galactic dawn began to shimmer outside his window, Lansing was filled with a determination. Regardless of the challenges and complexities that lay ahead, he would bridge the gulf of time and space. Earth's long-lost children deserved to know their origins, and humanity needed to embrace this newfound chapter of its vast, intricate saga. The reunion would be more than a mere meeting. It would be a celebration of resilience, of shared histories, and a future that held the promise of unity, understanding, and redemption. Forgotten by Design, Part 15, Meeting the Orions. The grand chamber hummed with a gentle ambience, softly lit by a combination of Earth-like tones and the Federation's radiant glow. Admiral Lansing entered, his heart full of anticipation. On his wrist, a Federation translator device blinked, ready to bridge the language gap. A delegation of the Orions awaited him. Their human features were evident, with nuances shaped by generations spent in the stars. Their clothing was a patchwork of Earth's historical epics, combined with the modern aesthetics of the Federation. Their eyes, deep and knowing, told of a history interwoven with Earth's but expanded among the cosmos. A woman with hair as dark as the void of space stepped forward. She spoke, her words converted smoothly by Lansing's translator. "Admiral Lansing, welcome. I am Arya, a representative of the Orions. We're honored to meet one from Earth, from our original home." Lansing nodded, grateful for the technology that allowed seamless communication. "The pleasure is mine, Arya. Your stories, your heritage, I'm here to learn." With a nod, Arya introduced Lansing to her kin. Each had a tale to tell, each a fragment of Earth's vast history. A middle-aged man presented a small artifact, an intricately designed scarab beetle carved in turquoise stone, a symbol of ancient Egypt. "My ancestor," he began, "was taken from the shadow of the pyramids. This scarab was a token of protection and luck, and it remains with our family here, far from the sands of Egypt." Next, a woman with an air of regal poise approached, offering a delicately crafted golden coin. The visage of an ancient Roman emperor shone from its surface. "From the time of the mighty Roman Empire," she said with a touch of pride, "my forebearer was plucked from the heart of Rome." She carried this coin, a day's wage for a soldier, now a priceless link to our history. Arya, witnessing Lansing's fascination, added, "The sanctuary granted by the Federation 150 years ago was a beacon of hope. Before that decree, we were nameless, used, and exploited. The decree gave us not just a name, Orions, but rights, respect, and a refuge." Lansing took a moment to process. "Your gratitude towards the Federation, it's evident. They righted a terrible wrong." Arya nodded. "Indeed. Once the transgressions came to light, the Federation acted. We were freed from our shackles, given this sanctuary and the promise of a better life. We found purpose, homes, families. Over time, the Federation became our home." Moved, Lansing asked the question weighing on his heart. "Have you ever considered returning to Earth? With the recent developments and the impending alliance, it might be possible." A thoughtful silence hung in the air before an elder Orion spoke. "Earth, for all its allure, is but a distant memory, a tale from our ancestors. Here in the Federation, we've carved out lives. There are Orions spread across the Federation, from farmers tilling alien soil, traders exploring distant markets, to those serving in the Navy, guarding the very sanctuary we were granted." Arya added, "While Earth remains in our hearts and tales, the Federation is now our home." Lansing's respect for the Orions grew. Their journey, from abducted ancestors to finding purpose and identity amongst the stars, was a testament to the human spirit's adaptability and resilience. The meeting, though short, left an indelible mark on Lansing's understanding of humanity's larger role in the cosmos. The legacy. Still in the council chamber, surrounded by historical relics and the palpable essence of the Orion's ancestors, Admiral Lansing was now keen to understand the more recent trajectory of these displaced humans within the Federation. Arya, sensing the Admiral's inquisitiveness, gestured to a hollow panel on the side of the room. With a simple touch, the chamber transformed. Holographic vignettes showcasing various Orion individuals in diverse settings within the Federation played out around them. Lansing watched as the tapestry of the Orion's integration and rise in the Federation unfurled. A segment highlighted the Orion's enlistment in the Federation's Navy. Young Orion recruits, wearing the standard Navy blues, undertook rigorous training, displaying a natural proclivity for space navigation and tactical reasoning. "Many of our people found their calling in the Navy," Arya commented. "Their unique blend of earthborn tenacity, wit, and courage proved invaluable in the vast expanse of space. Some have even risen to positions of command, navigating uncharted territories and ensuring the Federation's safety." The display shifted, revealing Orion individuals working as aides to Federation counselors. Their in-depth knowledge of human diplomacy, history, and strategy made them valued consultants. Lansing could see these Orion aides in crucial negotiations, their Earth-learned tact and wit evident in their interactions, ensuring the Federation made sound decisions that accounted for the complexities of the cosmos. "Your people seem to have an innate gift for understanding nuances, for seeing layers that others might overlook," remarked Lansing, clearly impressed. Arya nodded with pride. "Our ancestors' stories of survival, perseverance, and adaptability have been passed down through generations. These tales have become part of our DNA, guiding us, enabling us to approach challenges with a unique perspective." Another shift in the hologram showcased Orion scientists working diligently alongside their Federation counterparts in state-of-the-art labs. Their keen sense of curiosity, a trait deeply rooted in their human lineage, drove them to question, explore, and innovate. Several breakthroughs in energy conversion, propulsion, and life support systems bear the mark of Orion ingenuity, Arya mentioned. Their ability to approach challenges with fresh perspectives, combined with the Federation's advanced technology, led to innovations that have greatly benefited many within the Federation. But it wasn't just in formal institutions that the Orions had carved a niche. Lansing watched as holograms depicted Orions piloting their own trading ships, crisscrossing Federation space, bringing goods from one planet to another. Their ventures not only brought economic benefits, but also tales of adventures, discoveries, and new friendships from the far reaches of the galaxy. "These traders, they're like the explorers of old Earth, aren't they?" Lansing mused aloud. "Indeed," Arya responded. "Their stories of interstellar escapades, of new worlds discovered and friendships forged, keep the essence of human exploration alive. They've become our modern-day storytellers, linking our past with our present." The room returned to its original state, leaving Lansing contemplative. From the roots of abduction and adversity, the Orions had grown, interwoven their legacy into the fabric of the Federation, and become an indispensable part of its tapestry. Their journey spoke of the unyielding human spirit, of resilience, adaptability, and the innate desire to not just survive, but to thrive and contribute. "Your journey, the Orion's journey, it's a tribute to humanity's spirit," Lansing said, admiration evident in his voice. "From the adversities faced by your ancestors to the impactful contributions made by their descendants, it's a remarkable story of resilience and legacy." Arya nodded, her eyes shimmering with pride and gratitude. "We carry our past with us, Admiral, but we also look forward, eager to weave even more chapters into the Federation's story." The exchange begins. The Federation's spaceport, an impressive expanse of sleek buildings and vast launch platforms, was awash in the golden hues of the setting star. Its normally quiet demeanor had given way to a scene of frenetic activity. Delegates, diplomats, scientists, and crew members hurriedly prepared for the imminent journey to Earth. Amidst the hustle and bustle, Admiral Lansing stepped onto the platform, his gaze fixed on the vessel that had brought the human ambassadors, including Talon, to the Federation. The ship had undergone rapid refurbishments, its body gleaming with the promise of a new chapter of interstellar cooperation. Talon, who was overseeing the boarding process, noticed Lansing and approached him, his face a mix of excitement and reflection. "Admiral," he greeted, extending his hand. Lansing took it firmly. "Ambassador Talon, it seems. It's hard to believe how much has changed in just a few weeks." Talon nodded. "Indeed, Admiral. When I first visited Earth on that fateful day, I never imagined it would lead us here, to the precipice of a new beginning for both our worlds." The two leaders shared a moment of contemplation, understanding the gravity of what was about to unfold. Lansing finally broke the silence. "I wanted to personally come and see you off. Thank you for everything, Talon. For bridging our worlds, for being a catalyst for change." Talon smiled, a twinkle in his eye. "It was destiny, Lansing. Our paths were meant to cross. And now I embark on a new mission, to be the Federation's ambassador to Earth. I'll ensure that our newfound relationship flourishes." With the last of the delegates boarding, the ship's engines began to hum to life, filling the air with a pulsating rhythm. The platform's protective shields shimmered into existence, ready to guard against the force of the ship's departure. "As much as this is a goodbye, it's also the start of a new chapter," Lansing said, watching as the ship's entryways sealed shut. "Safe travels, Talon. Earth awaits its new guest." With a nod of acknowledgement and a wave, Talon disappeared up to the bridge, leaving Lansing to watch the ship's ascent. As the engines flared brilliantly, the vessel lifted gracefully, soon becoming a speck against the vast canvas of space. As the ship's silhouette faded into the cosmos, a serene quiet settled over the spaceport. But deep within the ship's intricate corridors, hidden behind one of its many panels, a tiny device blinked ominously. The LED display counting down methodically. 8 hours. The unsuspecting delegates, engrossed in their discussions and preparations for their arrival on Earth, were oblivious to the ticking time bomb concealed within the ship's walls. Its presence hinted at a shadowy plot, a stark contrast to the hope and promise that this mission represented. For now, the ship sailed smoothly through the vastness of space, its crew and passengers unaware of the impending danger. The countdown continued, each second bringing them closer to a moment that could reshape the fate of two civilizations.